The problem with debt settlement companies. You've probably heard ads on the radio and maybe even received telemarketing calls offering debt settlement services. The idea sounds appealing. Pay a company a fee to settle your debts with your creditors for you. You pay one payment to one company and the rest is in their hands. Simple and easy, right? Wrong. Here's how debt settlement companies really work. Step 1, they sucker a consumer into signing up for their services. Step 2, they charge a huge fee for their service, which they conveniently break up into monthly payments. Step 3, they tell you to stop paying your creditors so that you can afford their ridiculous fee. So instead of paying money directly to your creditors, you'll pay a large payment to the debt settlement company every month. As much as 70% of that payment may go to their fees, which the remainder, hopefully, being placed into an escrow account for which you also pay fees. Step 4, they do nothing. That's right, nothing. The debt settlement company will sit and take your money for as long as 2 years without contacting one creditor on your behalf or taking any action whatsoever to start the debt settlement process. Step 5, usually by this time the consumer has either ran out of money or dropped out of the program. Maybe they got sued by a creditor and had to put money towards their defense. If they are lucky, they'll at least get their escrow money back, but in many cases it seems the debt settlement company will simply pocket it and disappear. As you may have guessed, that's a huge problem. We wish we could report otherwise, but unfortunately it seems the track records of debt settlement companies are generally horrible, with the vast majority of consumers who enter debt settlement programs not ever finishing them. Many consumers end up worse off than they were when they started. If you start with a debt settlement company and don't finish, what do you think happens to all those fees you paid? They keep them. And what about your credit? If you follow their instructions, it's probably trashed. If you get sued by a collector or creditor during the process, the debt settlement company can't help you. You're on your own. Some creditors will sue you the minute they find out you're using a debt settlement company. Not good. Even if you do manage to complete a debt settlement program, you may be worse off than you would have otherwise. Think about it. Let's say you start with a $20,000 debt. You do what you're told and stop paying your creditors. The debt grows by another $1,500 in that process. The debt settlement company settles your $21,500 debt for $12,000. That's a $9,500 difference. But the debt settlement company's fee was $3,000, and you paid about $1,000 total in escrow fees over the course of the process. Then you pay the state and federal taxes on the $9,500, which at 30% comes to $2,850. Let's add those numbers up, shall we? $12,000 was the amount you settled the debt for. $1,000 in escrow fees, $3,000 debt settlement company fees, $2,850 in taxes, $18,850 total. In other words, you just paid $18,850 to ruin your credit and settle your $20,000 debt. You saved a whopping $1,250. It only took 3 years, countless nasty letters and phone calls from bill collectors, and the complete thrashing of your credit score. How does that feel? Need a bucket? The moral of this story is that before you give a debt settlement company 1 penny of your money, you should consider the real cost of their services and consider the risk that you are taking with your finances and your credit. You could get sued. You could pour thousands of dollars into the program and get nothing out of it. You could ultimately end up much worse off than you were when you started. If you're buried in debt, there are probably better ways to get out from under it than using a debt settlement company. We strongly suggest you look at the other options available so that you can make an educated decision about how to become debt-free. For more videos and to learn about the Credit Repair Intelligence System, visit our site at creditrepairpublishing.com.